we do have a series of international opportunities coming up, such as the Human Rights Committee review, and so it's the duty of organisations like Amnesty International to try and submit, for example, some of the cases. Some very courageous people have spoken out today, shared their experiences, but there are other people who have sent cases to Amnesty, and we will certainly be lobbying at the Human Rights Committee to ensure that the issue that the Prevention of Terrorism Act should be repealed is heard loud and clear. But I just wanted to say thank you very much as well to the Tamil Information Centre.
Can I say just on behalf of the Muslims on the ongoing situation there? Well, there may be there may be impression that the Muslims are not interacting with international organizations in regard to their own problems there. So I think a group of us have gathered together. As now I just requested Alan King, whom I met in other forums, for a group of Muslims to meet him, actually to get our guidance, because we are not being I myself have some experience in matter, interacting with Tamil groups, but generally my Muslim friends do not have. So I hope that you will have provide us some opportunity to discuss matters with you and to proceed on those matters to highlight our issues in the national organization.
I mean, it's been a real opportunity tonight to also flesh out some of for example, the recent attacks on Muslims. And it might be of interest to you to know that last week the Sri Lankan state arrested 146 Pakistanis who living in Sri Lanka under the Prevention of Terrorism Act and are in the process of expediting deportations. I mean, luckily UNHCR has now raised that issue, so it will be good for us all to keep discussing these issues.
Thank you. Alan? Yeah, sure. First of all, thanks to BARDA and the TIC for having this event. It's been really very interesting for me. I've learned a lot too. Particularly just right there, I didn't realize that the Pakistanis being deported were arrested under the PTA. That brings together a couple of different things we've been talking about. I would just say a couple of things to conclude. I agree with Guru Puran's last intervention. I think the UMP is, Mr. Davies' point was a bit optimistic. I think there's no sense that even across the opposition there's opposition to the PTA. But that said, I think there's maybe on the margins, say JDP student groups who have been borne the brunt of the PTA. I think in a slightly better scenario, a slightly optimistic scenario, one could imagine that some of the worst elements of the PTA could be repealed or suspended as a first step. I think we're a long way away from that, and I'm completely supportive of the call to just get rid of the whole thing. But being realistic politically, I think it could become possible in a future scenario, future political scenario, where the worst elements of it could be taken away. But I don't see any government in Sri Lanka, whatever party or coalition, saying, okay, we're scrapping the PTA. It's sort of along with Buddhism as the having a special place in the laws and in the constitution. I don't think those are two of the quote unquote third rails of politics in Sri Lanka. I don't think any government would dismantle either. And just two other quick